It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Raiders and the Seahawks, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
The kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. That is the Raiders take over on offense. We get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
In the midst of a tumultuous 2021 season, the Las Vegas Raiders really turned to their quarterback, Derek Carr, to not only drive their offense, leading to career-high totals from the 8th-year passer and a nearly 5,000-yard season throwing the football, but also his leadership ability. He really grabbed that team and led them to the playoffs for the 2nd time in his career while coming out one of the toughest divisions in football.
Right to the air is Carr. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for the opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Caught outright by Renfro. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr going to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas. They're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Carr fighting his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and now the rookie's free. The 30, past the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive, not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there, turned it all around. Big moment.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Last time, everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick six. And now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they're moving it well. They just have to hang on to it.
Yeah, as you said, though, probably tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did.
Darren Waller's one of the top tight ends in the NFL, and when he's healthy, he's always on pace for a 1,000-yard season. Easy play right there for him to move the chains.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Carr now to throw. Dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed, that time. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they found a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. After the interception, here's Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Smith now to throw. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. An effective 7-yard third-down conversion.
We finally got the breakout from Penny that everyone, especially those in Seattle, have been waiting for. He went over 130 yards in 4 of his last 5 games, finishing with 749 for the season. The former first-rounder led all players with a 6.3-yard average per carry.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno down to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That's multiple times now. He's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. He'll get this out wide to Penny. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. And the ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Now Geno. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawks touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it? It does.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So no gain on the play, and it's second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Throwing again on second down. Carr, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith.
Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fan.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it will bring up second down. Throwing now is Geno. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
This caught by Fant toward the sideline.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter.
So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 30 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Where they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Carr to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
He's got room at the 30.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, Carr. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Carr's throw complete here to Waddle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Jacobs is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now from back at the 5, this is third and goal. Throwing now is Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good, and they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily done.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A shotgun snap for Smith. Leaves it for Petty. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Petty. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Okay, break.
They keep it with Penny on first down.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Smith. Short throw to Disley.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I'm wondering wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Geno. And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Hey, let's go.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now after the INT, it's Carr.
He's got Renfro on the out route.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
To throw, it's Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this one.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Penny. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. This one across the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, but we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Penny up the middle. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fan.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Back to throw, Smith. Dumps that off to Penny, his running back.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 5.
Now it's Smith. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try the right side here with Penny. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Penny, a 1st down carry. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Smith.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the 1st half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there, it was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now Carr. Working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr going to throw. It's caught here by Adams.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now a 2nd down and 6.
Up the middle, Abdullah. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Carl Wilson able to put this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Let's go now.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. Flushed out right. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
On the jump.
Play action. It's Smith. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. And second down. Out of the gun, Smith. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Come on.
To the air again, Smith. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Andrew Billings in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Smith.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll make this a 7-point game. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Puna Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense put pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now a third down throw, and it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken from just outside the 30. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
From the 44, Smith. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing on third down, Smith.
He'll get this out wide to Penny.
And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Carr. It's complete. Abdullah. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Carr to throw. He completes it to Abdullah.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But it certainly made it fun to get him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Throwing on first down, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Let's go, man.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
His back has been a dependable safety valve. Games that went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect. Some good results in their game.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Carr again. Buying time to his left.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Hold me ready.
On 1st and 10, Smith leaves it for Penny. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. From the 24, Smith escaping the pressure right. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Let's go. On the ball, on the ball.
The final shot here before break. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right.
Finding space at the 40.
Now he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Geno. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
To throw again on second down. Smith on the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll run wide side here with Penny. And some room to run now. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 18. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the draw, this is Penny. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. There to make the tackle, Jonathan Abram.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal of 31 yards.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. A dump off for Abdullah. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
We're good.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From midfield, here's Carr. It's caught here by Adams.
Adams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Carr. And that's complete to Adams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you're just doing the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant from 6 yards away. And they're able to add on to their advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down
close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken from about the 12. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
From the 31, Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tariq Woolen picks it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me, and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
After the interception, here's Smith. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Here we go. 26-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings us 2nd and 8.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Geno able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Carr. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. On the sideline.
say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down.
3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Play action, now it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He'll return it from the 6. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks take back over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and he'll pop that ball free.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Let's go now.
Play action. It's Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg.
He'll get this out wide to Penny.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr on the out route. This is Adams with a catch. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. From just shy of midfield, Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Adams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down Lumen. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Carr. This is screen to Abdullah. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Finn. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Geno. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Raiders are right back in this football game.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. On play action, they'll throw. And now here's another interception. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Geno now to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Raiders are right back in this football game. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Carr now to throw. His throw incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know, what do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw is Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr, and his throw here is incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Carr. He completes it to Abdullah. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Taken in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are right back in this football game. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now after the INT, it's Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Carr. And he will find his man on the outside.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought him from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. They'll try and run with a fullback Johnson. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Carr. This is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A pair of teammates in Fresno State connecting there. Derek Carr to Devontae Adams. And the Raiders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They'll try and run it in. But he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball saying, hey, you picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Smith. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chandler Jones coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. To throw is Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawks touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now a conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes this a 9-point game. The drive that time of 6 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. So Carr and the Raiders now down by 9. A little under 2.5 to go. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. Gets this to Waller. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Carr to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Throwing is Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. It wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Let's go now.
Smith. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little. I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And they will take over 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Here's Carr.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Lumen picks it.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Here we go.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Now Smith. And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball.
It's caught at the 10. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final try now for Carr. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, from both sides, visited, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.